Hello, my name is Jesse Marth, and I'm the managing editor at Schiffer Publishing. I'm at the book farm today wrapping a few things up for the holidays, and I'm reminded of the fact that this holiday season precedes a presidential election. Obviously, that means that sometimes as we head into the holidays, we might be in social circumstances where we're sitting next to or eating with people who have different political stances than our own. Fear not. There are at least two things that we can all agree upon. Number one, every single state in our union has a Capitol building. And number two, every single one of those Capitol buildings is represented in our new book, Capitol America. A photographic survey of the architecture, decoration, and setting of all 50 state Capitol buildings, featuring the photography of Robert Lisak and David Ottenstein. We worked very closely with these two photographers to painstakingly prepare and reproduce the images to make sure that the hues, the tones, the details, and the lighting of their original photography was spot on. There's also a foreword by George Miles, Curator Emeritus of the Yale Collection of Western Americana, and each Capitol is accompanied by text from premier photo book editor Robert Morton. Let's learn a little bit more about this title. Capitol America, a photographic portrait of the 50 state capitals. Photographs by Robert Lisak and David Ottenstein. Foreword by George Miles. Text by Robert Morton. Originating from a 2012 conversation between photographers Lisak and Ottenstein, this book is the product of many cross-country trips to all 50 state Capitol buildings. These journeys were essential for encountering each of the buildings and capturing them in a way that the photographers describe as akin to making a portrait of a person. Through these portraits, Lisak and Ottenstein captured the full range of architectural styles, which exude a breadth of feelings, from classical elegance to robber baron ostentation, to practical simplicity, to symbolic modernism, to nondescript office building. With each Capitol building, these feelings are reflective of the historical moment in which they were built, budgetary excess or restraint, and the character of the people of the state. In their introduction, the photographers add, quote, "Regardless of the wide variety of regional differences in the politics, priorities, history, and people in each state, all these buildings have arisen from the dream of self-government. They have the character of civic temples." End quote. Their introduction goes on to remind us that, quote, "Recently, many of the most compelling and contentious debates and demonstrations of our time have taken place precisely at these buildings." End quote. To be sure, readers will find what Lisak and Ottenstein refer to as competing interests, represented in pictures, sculpture, artifacts, furnishings, and architectural detail. Finally, quote, "The embodiment of political debate and tension can be seen everywhere one looks in these spaces." End quote. Nonetheless, about these civic temples, the photographers continue to say, quote, "Everything about them represents a collective civic effort. To the extent that the idea of governing ourselves matters, these buildings and that effort matter." End quote. And that is why this book matters. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to Capitol America. For those of you in the Connecticut area, the authors will be doing a book talk and signing at the Stanley Whitman House in Farmington, Connecticut on December 17, 2023 at 1 p.m. This and other Schiffer Publishing art photography books are available wherever books are sold and at schifferbooks.com. See the link in the description for Capitol America. For more on other topics from Schiffer Publishing, you may be interested in our sister YouTube channels, Schiffer Military History and Red Feather Mind, Body, Spirit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Finally, we'll be back to look at more titles in the new year. From all of us here at Schiffer Publishing, we hope you have a safe and healthy holiday season and Happy New Year.